Hello again, and as I promised, another video of the AtmosFEAR GUI editor, which kinda just allows you to change the atmospheric effects like lightning, rainbows, and all that good stuff. This is a weird one because the way Arma works, and I'm gonna try to explain it. So I stopped here because I want to show you how it actually works. So you spawn a player and you have to go in advanced intel and you have to set these to manual for this to work for some reason. Again, this is how Arma works. Yeah. Okay, so we have some kind of default effect. Let me just remove some gear. And okay, this is the tool. Okay, let me just disable the post-processing as well. So this is the tool. Okay, the tool you saw in the last video, although this is more complete version. This is a complete version of it, and it actually there's a lot more to it, and it like those features like it shows current settings on lightning, overcast, and everything. Also these progress bars, and then you have sliders to adjust these settings. But the way Arma works is kind of different. It's kind of like if you worked with video editing tools, then you might know about keyframes. So the whole weather system kind of works on keyframes. Okay. So it's not instant. The effect is not instant, and sometimes you have to wait a while for the effect to happen. For example, rainbows takes 30 minutes, and only in perfect conditions. So only if the overcast is at half the scale. Let's just put it that way. And my tests were showing up. The rainbows were showing up at 4.1, and this when the sun is low on horizon. So it has to be perfect conditions so we can meet these guys. Yeah, perfect weather conditions to meet the conditions of the code. Yeah, so this is kind of weird, but that's why I have also added the date, so you can change the date, the time, and you can also skip time by increments. Let's say this one skips by half an hour, for example. You can always set it more, and as I'm skipping the time, you can see it actually some kind of lags a bit. That's kind of weird. That's Arma's thingy. But if you set 24 hours, it doesn't lag. It's pretty much instant. And that's what my code is using. It uses when I'm hitting the apply button, it skips time 24 hours backwards and then sets the effects to 24 hours timing and then jumps forward to get the desired effect. So I'm gonna put everything to 0. Okay. That direction doesn't matter. We don't want to force anything. I was playing around here. So these fields here, these are the timings. They're not yet fully implemented, so I'm just going to leave them at 0. What I'm trying to achieve with these is effect doesn't happen instantly, but as soon as you press apply, given the time here, the effect will come in force, kind of, if you will. Anyway, so let's just apply this. So this is a clear weather, so everything is zeroed out. And if I keep pressing apply, I should start seeing fog at some point, if these values are truly zeros. Or maybe not. Not when I'm trying to show you something. So let me just jump up here quickly. Okay, so the lightnings again. The lightnings, for them to come in effect, you have to have an overcast, and then some time has to pass. I'm not sure if I'll be able to show it lightnings. You've seen lightnings anyway. Overcast is the easy one. I'm just gonna put lightnings to full. So overcast is the easy one. So you can start changing the overcast like this, and it starts increasing a little bit. You don't see the effect yet. You only see mostly see the effect only after it's half the slider. So there we go. So now we have more clouds. We can increase the density of clouds with using gusts there. I'll show you that one later. So again, more overcast. Yeah. There you go. This is beautiful. I like this. effect. So and we can increase the amount of gusts on top of this. So they're more dense kind of stuff. So the gusts would be the smaller clouds, I suppose. So it's kind of like the amount of small. It's still quite random. It's quite weird the way engine does it. And the rainbow the same. The rain, that one's easier one, but the rain also requires Overcast to be at least half the scale. So let's see, if I'm removing the Overcast, I should not be getting any rain whatsoever. Yeah, so as you see, no rain. Okay, let's give it some. There we go. So now we have rain. Small bit of it. Oops, I think I clicked the skip time. There you go. That's a hard rain. Okay. Now, okay, let's try to get the rainbow up. I'm not sure if it is gonna work, but we need to set the Overcast as low as possible, so about half the scale and a little bit above, so there's not too many clouds there. Let's remove the lightning, I suppose. Gusts to 0, and we'll need to increase the time. So now it's 12 o'clock, so I think the sun sets around on let's call it 6 o'clock. Can we get it? Okay, the sun is perfect there. So now we have a rainbow. Let's see if we can get the rainbow. Half an hour later. No, we can't because of the clouds, of course. This is very it's quite hard to get it. Oh, this is beautiful, but yeah, it's not the effect I'm trying to get. Okay, let's go back in time a bit. Still, that's just too much of the clouds. The rain's not falling because I think I went too much. There we go. So we have rain. Do we have a rainbow? No, because of the dumbass cloud in front, of course. Okay, let's go half now in time, and no rainbow. Oh well. Yeah, it's kind of hard to get that one, but it is possible if you're lucky enough. Anyway, so I'm gonna set all of this to 0. Okay, let's go back to 12 o'clock, so it's much brighter. Yeah, it didn't. There we go. Okay, so the next parameter, we have fog. This is very sensitive, very sensitive one. So the fog, the density scales from 0 to 1, and as you can see, it didn't apply because there is no decay or and there is no altitude, which is fine. So what I'm gonna do is gonna add a little bit of decay and altitude. There you go. And that's a very dense fog now. It's beautiful fog as well. Yeah. You can increase and decrease the altitude for some cool effects, really. You know. This is pretty cool. This is more quite realistic, I suppose. And as I start increasing, let's say, the density again to the full, it becomes more dense, obviously. More unrealistic, but if we increase the decay a little bit, I think it's a lot. That's too much. Let's go with the full decay, see what happens. Okay, that's really dense. That's almost like a gas, yeah, like a gas something. Okay, so let's decrease back again. Very sensitive. The density is really sensitive. Yeah, I see. Damn. and of course we can have some light fog, more dense. And then we'll give it a little bit more altitude. Okay, so and altitude is in meters, so this one maxes out at 2000 meters because of the map I'm working on. It's almost 2 kilometers up in altitude, the highest point. Well, not really almost, but close. Okay, that's enough fog. You get the idea. Okay, the next one is wind, and the wind is an interesting one. There are actually two systems in place. One is specifically for Arma 3 and the other one is for Arma 2, although Arma 3 one doesn't seem to be working properly. They kinda don't like each other, they kinda do, they kinda work together, they kinda don't. So I actually, like, fuck it, I'm gonna add both of them. So if I increase this wind of strength of wind, and nothing happens really. So let's increase the force a bit. Oh, there we go. It starts on. So we have at the bar here it says the direction of the wind, or you can also use the old coordinate system for the direction. And there we go. So as I increase the force, the strength also increases a little bit. Takes us a little while to come in the effect. So again, there's nothing not really noticeable, no noticeable effects really. So kind of weird, but whoops, I think of that. I'm gonna give myself a god mode there. Okay. Let's clear the sky. And the waves is an interesting one. I think it kind of depends on us on the wind strength, I suppose. Let's increase the 4. So I think the waves controls the normal map on the ocean. You can actually see the waves are quite bigger now. This is still in the max, but you can't really see it. So that's why I'm saying it's a normal map. I haven't really figured out how you can actually change the mesh, if you actually can. I'm not sure about that. Oh, yeah, and then if you set it to 0, it should just calm down. Really, takes a little while. But the effect is almost non-existent, non-noticeable. So it's a weird one. I still added it just because. Has to do something with the wind, so why not? And for the final effect, it's the wind, the one I like. I'm actually gonna restart this one for it because I'm gonna need some smoke grenades. I don't want to spawn them in. Okay, I'll remove the damage, clear sky. There we go. And the first one is grenade. Get the fuck out. Okay, takes a while. Okay. Right, so the next one, you can actually increase the wind. This one comes in meters in seconds, so the maximum is 100. So we'll actually go with that, and let's give it some. Well, we're not gonna give it anything yet. Let's throw out the smoke grenade. Okay. And you can see the wind is almost non-existent. It's very, very slow. And if we increase it a little bit, let's give it 10. So it starts flowing one direction, and you can go with negative values, like -10. It'll change the direction. Slowly, but it still does it. Takes a while to apply. Ah, there we go. Had to apply it twice. And this is a cool effect. So this is a really strong wind, as you can see. But why it's a cool effect is because how let's see how the trees act, for example, in it, and how the clouds are acting in it. See, they kind of skewing. It's not really realistic. Let me actually force it. So if we force it, it will never stop. But it has a downside to it. You can't really unforce it immediately. It takes a while to start the force to kind of get disabled, you know. Again, I think it's about the keyframes, I suppose. So it's just a really weird effect. So the trees are looking very unrealistic, but from far away they look kind of cool, I suppose. Oh. So what I wanted to show you is actually the actual overcast. If you increase the overcast and gusts, the effect you get with high winds. There we go. So that's really like a spooky effect. Yeah. I'm quite sure that I'll be using this effect for in our mod in the future for some of the storms, you know. So you can use it for snowstorms, sandstorms, some blowout effects, you know, like in Stalker game. It's really spooky. And you can also, of course, add some of the color corrections. Oh, I like the last one there. So this one's interesting. Kind of like a little blowout, I suppose. Yeah. And finally, of course, as I increase or decrease these levers, sliders, after applying, they are being saved to the to the profile namespace even. So the sliders will always retain their positions no matter what. And you can also, of course, if you find an interesting effect, you can also save it. So we have now at the moment we have rain, we have a high overcast. The rain is going nuts there, like absolutely nuts. Let's increase the rain a little bit more. Holy fuck, this is awesome. Let's go a little bit darker. Let's see. 9 o'clock. That's pretty dark. Oh, that's way too dark. Yeah, can't see the clouds. 7 o'clock. Yeah. Looks alright. So that's really nice. Very spooky effect of some kind of storm or something. Oh, there we go. That was a lightning there. Yeah, there we go. And then, yeah, as I said, you can also save to a separate profile namespace variable, which also saves the name. So spooky high winds. So now we have an effect that's called spooky high winds. And then let's say let's clear it. Not sure how long it's gonna take. Direction we don't care. The wind is still there, but you know, whatever. It's quite alright. I mean, it says minus 26 meters a second. That's still a really high wind. So a normal amount of wind would be about 2 to 5 millimeters a second, kinda. So this is still high wind, but you know, whatever. Still, since we're saving it to the profile, it's alright. It doesn't matter. And so you know, just call it clear. So as you see, we can have spooky high winds. Yeah, the sliders change the positions as well, of course, and we can have a clear effect. And of course you can export them to the RPT as well, and as well as delete them. So we're gonna delete the clear one again in the console. It says which setting was deleted, just in case. And before we output it to RPT, we have to apply changes. Boom! Oh, that was beautiful. Let's see if we can get clouds. There you go. The rain's gone. See, this is why Arma's engine's weird, you know? Kinda. When you apply changes, it kinda happens, it kinda doesn't happen. Whatever, man. Whatever, biz. Fuck you guys. I mean, no, not really. I like you. I love you. Sorry. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna open the RPT. Okay. I'm gonna just clear it so it's clean. So and then we are outputting the effect on the RPT log. It's being output for my own kind of system. I'm gonna be working in the future. It's gonna be template based, and the templates will be saved to config files. And config files, because you can think of config files as a huge database. It's really fast. It's all binarized, you know. So it's all binary or wrapped, if you wanna call it that way. And it's really fast. It's super fast. It's really good for the stuff to go through. It's much faster than namespaces and in the script and the SQF scripting, of course. So, and also a much safer way of doing stuff, because you can't really change these values because they are binary, they final. So if you want to apply something, you just grab it from a config and boom, no hacker can change that stuff. Yeah. Anyway, so that kind of concludes it. I'm not sure what's gonna be in the next video, because now I'm gonna stop scripting. I've been doing it for a while now. I'm gonna stop scripting and I'm gonna start working in my terrain again. So maybe in the next video I'll show some little bit of terrain. If not, join me on twitch.tv/RayMitch with the ICH at the end, and you'll be able to see how I'm actually making terrains, sat maps, and you know, terrain normal maps, masks, how configs work behind terrains, the workflow and everything. So yeah. Alright, thanks for joining, guys, and I'll see you around. Bye bye.